अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां शिवोरिन मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी शिवोरिन मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी राम कृष्ण जय दायिनी मां राम कृष्ण जय दायिनी मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी विश्वसुभासिनी शुभदे मां विश्वसुभासिनी शुभदे मां दुर्गतिनाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी दुर्गतिनाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी भोगमोक्ष सुखकारिणी मां भोगमोक्ष सुखकारिणी मां अनन्तरूपिणी अनन्त गुणवती अनन्त नामी गिरिजे मां परमे पार्वती सुन्दरी भगवती परमे पार्वती सुन्दरी भगवती दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां प्रसीद मातो नागेन्द्रनन्दिनी प्रसीद मातो नागेन्द्रनन्दिनी चिरसुखदायिनी जय हे मां चिरसुखदायिनी जय हे मां अनन्तरूपिणी अनन्त गुणवती अनन्त नामी गिरिजे मां अनन्तरूपिणी अनन्त गुणवती अनन्त नामी गिरिजे मां मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोश न वा पाणिपादौ न चोपास्तवायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 न मे punya na papam na sokha na dukkham na mantro na tirtham na veda na yagna aham bhojanannaiva bhojana bhokta chidananda rupah shivoham shivoham chidananda rupah shivoham 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 na mrityur na shanka na me jati bheda pita naiva me naiva mata na janma na bandhur na mitram gurur naiva shishya chidananda rupah shivoham shivoham chidananda rupah shivoham 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 aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutva cha sarvatra sarvendriyanam na cha sangatannaiva bhogirna meya chidananda rupah shivoham shivoham chidananda rupah shivoham 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 shivoham.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness unto light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste and good evening, everybody. Good to be back here. I'm very grateful again to the Vedanta Center of Greater Austin for organizing this beautiful event and having me here. Also to the church for providing us this beautiful space and all the facilities here, and the church volunteers also who are the sound and the stage here. The volunteers of the Vedanta Center who are making all this possible, the ladies in the choir who did such a wonderful rendition just now of hymn to the Divine Mother, and then the 6 stanzas on Nirvana of Adi Shankaracharya. This evening, the subject is non-dual meditation. But this is not really going to be a lecture. It is what I would like to call experiential understanding. So lecture is when I say something and we listen, ask questions, think about it and understand it. But this is different. We are going to look at our experience as the evening goes on, and then we shall try to understand what's going on, the reality which underlies our everyday experience. In the way of bhakti, devotion, we are asked to have faith in God. So the way of devotion will not get off the ground unless you have faith. If you start off the ground, he said, if you come to bhakti having read Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens, it's not going to start for you. The way of mystical experience is when you do certain practices like meditation, for example, and get extraordinary experiences which claim to validate the claims of religion. God exists. How? I saw God in some mystical experience. That's another kind. But that also can be doubted. A neuroscientist might say you have a stroke in your brain. I'm not doubting that you saw it, but you saw it only because you have a clot in your brain or something like that. Or that you are high on weed or something stronger. That's why you were seeing visions. And all throughout history, in the history of religions, in the history of mysticism, mystics of all religions, including Sri Ramakrishna himself, what was the reaction of ordinary people to them? Majority of people during the contemporaries, during their time, the first reaction and the reaction of the majority was, they're crazy, they're mad. Why would they say that? They say it because what Sri Ramakrishna and other mystics in every religion, they are claiming extraordinary experience which is not shared by everybody. So you claim to be seeing Kali, the Divine Mother. So vivid for him, much more real than this world. And by the way, that's valid. But from our perspective, from the onlooker's perspective, one can doubt it. Because I'm not seeing it. You are here, you are seeing, none of us are seeing it. So, mystical experience, again a valid path. The path of devotion, faith, valid path. But then people can be skeptical. Mystical experience, valid path. Again people can be skeptical. Here comes the beauty of the non-dual path. The path of experiential understanding. If we can understand and take a look at our experience, there is very little scope of not believing it or not accepting it. It's based on reason and experience. And not extraordinary experience, just our everyday experience. We will see today, this evening. So much so that a staunch critic, a staunch skeptic, a staunch atheist like Sam Harris, he says he rejects all religion because they have all the baggage, theological baggage of religion. But he says there are these two paths. The path of Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism and Dzogchen Buddhism in Tibetan Buddhism. So in his experience, he says, these are two paths, they have a core of truth nobody can deny. Why is it somebody so skeptical, who holds it to such a high standard of scrutiny and reason and examination and criticism, feels that he has to admit, yes, that there is truth here. So very high level of reasoning and argumentation, so much so. Once I was on a plane with this lady who's British-English neuroscientist. She was on her way to a conference. And she asked me, saw this dress, and she asked, obviously, so what kind of religion is it? What do you believe in? What do you teach? So I spoke about Vedanta, a very sharp person, brilliant person. So she got it just like that. And she's an Anglican, but lapsed, not believing in anything particular. So her reaction was, at the end of the flight, I can't refute your arguments, but I don't believe it, what you are saying. I said, that's good enough. If you come to it from a highly trained mind, skeptical mind, and you examine the arguments in a neutral way, and you say, the arguments are watertight, but still I don't feel that this is real. That's good. It's really good. So it's based on a high standard of reasoning, and very subtle reasoning, as we shall see, and on our continuously available experience. See, Advaita Vedanta says the claim that there is one limitless existence, consciousness, bliss, Brahman, right here, right now. Not only that, you are it, Tattvamasi, you are that. In that case, one can reasonably ask, why can't I experience it then? If it's here, if it's now, and it's me, I am it, then I should be able to experience it. After all, in the path of devotion, faith, I am told it's not a question of experience, you have to believe it now. So they are safe. Why can't I experience it? Not now. After death, you will see God. Now you just believe it. That's all right. You can't go any further than that. Or in the path of yogic experience, one might say mystical experience. Yes, you will experience it, but not now. You have to undergo all these rigorous yogic meditative practices for years and years, and then you might succeed in attaining those mystical experiences. So not now. But Advaita claims it's now, it's here. So we can always challenge and say, okay, I'm game, I'm ready, show me. So that's this evening. Show me. We'll take a look. I am always reminded of this sadhu, beautiful Hindi, very homely, simple Hindi. He would say, "Kam se kam din mein ek baar dekh lo vastu kaisi hai Mahatma ji." Once every day at least once, take a look at the reality. See what it is, your own reality. Take a look. You are billionaires. Sit and count your money once in a day. You will feel happy that this is what I am. So we'll take a look. Now, what are we going to do? Non-dual meditation or Advaitic meditation. There's a word for it, Nididhyasana. This is a fancy word for Dhyanam. Dhyanam means meditation. It's different from the usual meditation. We'll see how. And the role that it plays in Advaita Vedanta is also unique. It has a special purpose. What's the purpose? In Advaita Vedanta, the process, the practice is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Hearing, reflection, and meditation. Each of them has separate role to play. Hearing, that means hearing includes study, systematically studying Vedanta. It gives you the information. It tells us what the teaching is. And this is complete when you can say that confidently. I know what the books say. I know what the Upanishads say, or the Dakshinamurti Stotra says, or the Drigdrishya Viveka, whatever it is. The Advaitic texts, what they say, I know. But I don't get it. I have many questions. Then we go into the phase of reasoning, questioning, reasoning, debating, arguing with ourselves, with others, and the books also have many, many questions which we can never think about. They have been asked and answered. So we go through that phase. And that phase is complete. How do you know? When you feel, I know the teachings and I understand it also. You see the difference between knowing the teachings and understanding it. One can read the textbook without understanding it. It's only later you say, now I'm getting it. So, second. Third, something else remains. Because the claim was, the promised payoff was, that you will realize, you will feel it, that I am limitless existence, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda, not just understand it. Right now we see we have the body. It's not an understanding, we feel this. Like that, and even more than that, can you feel that you are limitless awareness? And also the payoff, this realization will take you beyond suffering. This will take you beyond suffering, it will give you fulfillment. It will reveal to you the secret, the one secret behind this entire universe, our lives, this existence. Huge, huge claims, the ultimate claims, ultimate promises of human civilization. So until I feel I've got that, still something remains to be accomplished. So there, that gap between my clarity and understanding on one hand, and what one might call realization. Vivekananda called it assimilation. So you have the knowledge, but you have to assimilate it. Somebody said, in cooking you marinate. So let it soak in the masala and everything. So you have got the masala, everything is ready, but you don't immediately serve it. You let it marinate, sit there. So this marinating in the knowledge which you have got, one, and the understanding and clarity which you have got, two, then you sit with it. Swami Vivekananda says, you sit with it. That I am that, or I am he, soham, I am that. As we just heard, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Until it tingles with every drop of your blood. Vivekananda's words. That process of assimilating our understanding, that is the purpose, special purpose of Vedantic meditation. Nididhyasana. At the end of this, not just this evening, it's a long process. We should be able to say that, yeah, it's a living reality. Now it's complete. Now it's done. And it does happen. When it does happen, it's also interesting. It's a long process, but when it does happen, it's instantaneous. That's also an interesting thing. Vivek Chudamani, the student tells the teacher, in a second samsara is gone. Of course, the second is the culmination of years and years of seeking and practice. But when it does happen, it's like that. So today, the kind of Vedantic meditation that we'll do, non-dual meditation, there are many, many ways of doing it. This is based on the Vivek Chudamani. I'll take one. There are multiple verses there composed by Shankaracharya which are about non-dual meditation. Many of them. I'll take one. This is actually the student at the end of the book The student has now become enlightened and talks about his enlightenment to the teacher, expresses his enlightenment to the teacher. Number of verses. All of those verses, what good are they? It's not just something that's going to happen to us in the future. It will. But even now, these sharpen our understanding of the ultimate reality, of our own real nature. Because this is the purest expression of enlightenment. Somebody who's seeing and telling us. And we should also be able to see. So these are pointers. It's trying to show us what we are. The verse that I have chosen is a beautiful verse. It says, untainted like the sky, shining like the sun, immovable like the mountain, boundless like the ocean. What? You, the consciousness. Akashavad lepa viduragoham adityavad bhasya vilakshanoham aharyavat nitya vinishchaloham ambhodevat paravivarjitoham. So, like the sky, I am eternally untainted by anything. Like the sun, I illumine everything and yet I am not touched by what I illumine. Like the mountain, I am of an immovable, unchangeable nature. And like the ocean, I have no limits at all. This boundless existence consciousness I am, and that's evident to me. So that we will try to see. Now we'll come to that at the very end. This process will take some time. As I said, it starts now, and it's good to know the stages. The first stage is we need to calm down. So, Swami, we are calming. Any more calm, I will be sleeping. No. This is why our minds need to relax and calm down. So there will be a phase of relaxation, yogic relaxation. This has nothing to do with Advaita Vedanta. This is not Vivek Chudamani or Advaita Nondual, not at all. It's adapted from Hatha Yoga. It's what I call Yoga Nidra light. Real Yoga Nidra, those who practice yoga, you know it has to be done on the floor and in the Shavasana posture. And it's a pretty long exercise. Exercise is not the right word, it's a pretty long, deep relaxation. It might take 40 to 45 minutes. But what I'm going to do is much shorter, and you can do it sitting here. So it's a form of deep relaxation. That will be followed by some suggestions. You just have to follow my voice. And that's enough, all that you have to do. Try not to fall asleep. Because it happens. I've seen, and it will happen here also. A number of people will fall asleep because I have noticed many of us, we are not aware of how tired we are. This I've noticed over the years. Many people, we are not aware that there's a deep tiredness within us. So when the permission and opportunity is given for deep relaxation, the mind falls asleep. And that's all right also, it's all right. As long as it's not sound sleep, don't make a sound. And that reminds me, also keep the mobile phone on mute, because we just cannot be disturbed at this time. Throughout the exercise, throughout the exercise, try to maintain a stillness of the body. If it's only when you try to make the body still that aches and pains and itches and coughs and sneezes come up, don't fight against it. Don't fight against it. Let it come, let it be, let it go. If you want to adjust a little, if you want to cough a little, do it. Don't struggle. The main thing is to relax. And then keep listening to the pointers, the instructions. And that will flow into the full-blown awareness of awareness. That's what we're going for. That is Advaitic. Then finally at the end, we will come back to the verse, the meditation verse, which will become obvious at that time, hopefully. And that's it. After that, we can have question and answers also if we have time. All right. At this point, I'll invite all of you, if you are feeling ready, comfortable, Sit up in your chairs. You can relax back into the back of the chair if you like, or sit up straight. Sitting straight is important without being rigid. No rigidity. Just fairly straight enough. And if you like, you can keep your hands on your thighs, on your lap, whatever is comfortable to you. Remember, through the exercise, we'll have a minimum of movement. When we are comfortable, let us close our eyes and keep listening to the voice. Eyes closed, sitting straight, breathing normally, breathing in and breathing out. Long breaths, short breaths, let it come. Don't try to control the breath. Now we will take our attention to what is most evident in our self-identity, this body. I will call out the names of the parts of the body. We will direct our attention to that part of the body, the name which I will call out, and just imagine that part and feel that it is relaxed, it is heavy, relaxed and heavy. And then we'll move on to the next part of the body. In this way we will scan the whole body. Breathing normally. Left foot, big toe, relax. First toe, left foot, relax. You don't have to do anything, just imagine it is relaxed and heavy. Second toe, third toe, and fourth toe. All 5 toes of the left foot relaxed. The left foot bottom relaxed and the top of the left foot relaxed. Left ankle relaxed. The left leg from the ankle to the knee relax. Left knee relax. Left thigh relax. Right foot, big toe, relax. First toe, second, third, fourth. Relax all 5 toes, bottom of the right foot, top of the right foot, right ankle, relax. Right leg from the ankle to the knee, right knee, relax. Right knee, relax. Right thigh, relax. Whole left leg, relax. Whole right leg, relax. Waist, relax. Tummy, relax. Chest, relax. Left shoulder, relax. Right shoulder, relax. Left hand, thumb, relax. First finger, second finger, third, fourth finger, relax. All 5 fingers of the left hand, relax. Left palm, relax. Left wrist, relax. Left arm up to the elbow, relax. Left elbow, relax. Left upper arm up to the shoulder, relax. Left armpit, relax. Right hand thumb, relax. Right hand first finger, second, third, fourth finger, relax. All 5 fingers of the right hand, relax. Right palm, relax. Right wrist, relax. Right arm up to the right elbow, relax. Right upper arm, relax. Right elbow, relax. Right armpit, relax. Whole left arm, relax. Whole right arm, relax. Lower back, relax. Upper back, relax. Neck, relax. Back of the neck, relax. Breathing normally, relaxed and heavy. Back of the head, relax. Top of the head, relax. Forehead, relax. Left eyebrow, relax. Right eyebrow, relax. Left eyelid, relax. Left eyeball, relax. Right eyelid, right eyeball, relax. Bridge of the nose, relax. Right nostril, relax, breathing normally. Left nostril, relax. Upper lip, relax. Lower lip, relax. Tongue in the mouth, relax. Lower jaw, relax. Upper jaw, relax. Right cheek, relax. Left cheek, relax. Right ear, relax. Left ear, relax. Whole face, relax. Breathing normally. Lower body, whole lower body, relax. Whole upper body, relax. Breathing normally. Whole body relax and heavy. Body is getting heavier and heavier. Breathing normally. Whole body relax. You are awake, listening to the voice. Breathing normally. Relax. In the middle of the chest, inside, visualize a warm golden light pulsating. Middle of the chest, inside, warm golden light pulsating. And it spreads across the whole relaxed body, the golden light, and bathed, the body is bathed in that golden light. It is pulsating from the chest and spreading across the body. From bottom to top, from left to right, it has pervaded the whole body. Relax. Breathing normally. Listen to the sounds in this hall. Don't follow any sound, just notice the sound as it arises and disappears. Any sound. Listen to the sounds outside this hall, distant sounds of the city. Don't follow any sound, don't try to imagine what it is. Just the sound arises in awareness and disappears. Relaxed in the golden light, breathing normally. Sounds arise in awareness and disappear back into awareness. I am aware. Notice how the sounds arise from nowhere in awareness, play around and then disappear back. I am aware. Relaxed and breathing normally, awake. In me, the awareness, various sounds arise and disappear. Notice that this awareness is always there before the sound, during the sound, and after the sound has gone. I am still aware. I am aware of the beginning of the sound, of the playing of the sound, of the ceasing of the sound, and the absence of the sound. I am aware of the silence. It is the same awareness which experiences forms when the eyes are open. I see shapes and color when the eyes are open. Same awareness which experiences sounds arising in awareness, playing around in awareness and disappearing. Same awareness sees space externally and forms arising in awareness, playing around in awareness and disappearing in awareness. It is the same awareness which also experiences smell and taste, arising in awareness, playing around and disappearing. It is the same awareness which experiences touch, warm, cold, pressure, sensations of the relaxed body. They are all touch. And they are appearing in awareness and disappearing back into awareness. I am this constant awareness. It is in awareness that there is seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Without awareness, no seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. It is in this awareness that the ever-changing experiences of seeing and hearing and others come and go. But notice, the awareness by itself doesn't change. It's like a constant light. I am this awareness. The body too is experienced in this awareness. So is the mind. It is in the same awareness in which seeing, hearing and others happen. In this same awareness, thoughts come. Memories come. Desires come and go in the same awareness, just like sounds rising and falling. Pleasure and pain arise just like sounds rising and falling in the same awareness which I am. Without me, the awareness, none of them could be experienced. They come and go, I am always there. All perceptions are made possible by me, the awareness. All thoughts, emotions and memories are made possible by me, the awareness. I am the light of the senses, I am the light of the mind. I shining, I the awareness shining, all these are lit up. By my light they all shine. I am awareness. In this awareness, all activities also go on. The body appears in awareness, and walking and talking, movement, all of that happens in awareness. And they are experienced as much as the sounds rising and falling, breathing normally, relaxed, awake, listening to these words. It is this same awareness which pervades all my waking hours, revealing what I call my life. It is in this same awareness that sleep comes and dreams arise. Awareness is the same. And then waking also ceases, dream also ceases in the utter darkness of deep sleep. Deep sleep is not an absence of experience, it is an experience of absence. That experience is also made possible by awareness. I am that awareness. The physical world of the waking, the imaginary world of the dreams, and the darkness of deep sleep equally come and go in awareness. I am awareness. It is in awareness that the body ages. It is in awareness that birth comes and death comes. The body is born and it ages and it grows and it decays and it dies. Awareness is not born, nor does it age, nor indeed does it die. I am awareness. Breathing normally, relaxed. This awareness, it is not a person, it's impersonal. It is the same in all persons. I notice that on top of this awareness, if you put a mind and a memory and a body, you get a personality. But I am deeper than the person. The person is just a mask on awareness. This awareness is not subject to death. The body is subject to death. This awareness is eternal life. This awareness is the enemy of no one. It is the light of everyone. This awareness cannot be unhappy or disappointed. Those are feelings which come in the mind and they're illumined by awareness. I am awareness. What does this awareness want? Forget the external world, forget the body, forget memory. Suppose there is no memory, no thoughts. Now just awareness. What does this awareness want? Nothing. Nothing worldly, nothing otherworldly, nothing spiritual. Where does this awareness end? Even space is imagined in this awareness. Space appears in awareness. When does it begin and when does it end? Even time appears in awareness. Awareness transcends space and time. Just like these sounds appear in awareness and disappear. Listen to the sounds. So also space and time appear in awareness and play around in awareness and disappear. Awareness transcends space, so it is all pervasive. Awareness transcends time. In that sense, it is eternal. It has no beginning or end in time. This awareness, which is not the body, not the mind, but the witness and light of the body and mind, this is Chit, pure consciousness. This is Ananda, completeness, bliss. This awareness is beyond sickness, the witness of sickness. Awareness is beyond mental unhappiness and illness. It is the witness of unhappiness and illness. This awareness is beyond desire and dissatisfaction. It is the witness of desire and dissatisfaction. This awareness is beyond the restlessness and peace of the mind. Restless mind and peaceful mind, both are illumined by awareness. This whole physical universe, it appears to awareness, it appears in awareness, and ultimately it is nothing but awareness appearing to itself as this physical universe. It is this very awareness which appears to itself as the mental universe of dreams, and again the utter blankness, the seed state of deep sleep. I am awareness. This awareness is vast like the sky. Akashavat lepa vidura goham. I am awareness. Like the vast sky, I am spacious, and nothing taints me, nothing pollutes me. Nothing can make me impure. I am just awareness. There is this vast physical sky, what we call space. And in this physical sky, space, the whole universe exists. This is called in Sanskrit Bhutakasha, material space, the material sky. Greater than this is the mental sky in which the material sky appears. The mind space or the mind sky, Chittakasha. And greater than this is awareness, Chidakasha, the sky of consciousness. I am that sky of consciousness. Notice how even the physical sky, the physical space is not tainted by anything in this world. When you talk about air pollution, only the atmosphere is polluted. The sky is not polluted, space is not polluted. The atmosphere warms up, global warming, space is not warmed or cooled. Events in material universe do not affect space. Similarly, the material space does not really affect the mind space. And the material and the mind spaces, bhutakasha, chittakasha, can have no effect at all on pure consciousness space, chidakasha, which I am. All the events of the physical universe of this body do not taint me. All the thoughts and emotions and experiences of the mental universe, the mind, do not taint me. No karma, good or bad, no good karma improves me, no bad karma will ever degrade me. Far beyond karma, good and bad, I am awareness. Karma does not touch me. This vast, spacious awareness I am, note just as the sounds. Listen to the sounds. You are awareness giving space to the sounds to arise and disappear. Similarly, you are awareness here, giving space to the whole universe to arise and disappear. You do not resist anything. Rather, you, the awareness, allow everything to appear and disappear. Just as you are allowing the sounds to appear and disappear. You do not resist the sounds. Akashavadlepa vidura goham. I am far beyond any taint from this universe, like the sky. I am the sky of awareness. Adityavad bhasya vilakshano. I shine like the sun. I am awareness, the light of awareness. I shining, everything else is revealed. By my light, the universe shines. But just as the light is not affected by what it shines on, when the sun shines on the Ganges, the Ganga water does not purify the light. When the sun shines on a drain ditch water, the ditch water cannot make the light impure. The light just reveals the Ganga water and the ditch water. The revealing light is not touched and affected by what it reveals. I, the light of awareness, if I reveal disease and pain in the body, I am not in pain. I am the revealer of the pain in the body. If I reveal old age and decay in the body, I am not old. I reveal the old age in the body. I am awareness. If it reveals restlessness in the mind, awareness does not become restless. I have not become restless. It's the mind's restlessness revealed by me. If it reveals the functioning of the memory or the forgetfulness of the memory, I, the awareness, have not become forgetful. I have revealed the forgetfulness of the memory. I am light, like the sun shining, not affected by what it shines on. I shining, everything functions, mind and speech and intellect and eyes and ears. None of them can objectify me. Eyes cannot see me, the awareness. Ears cannot hear me, the awareness. But I see the eyes and I hear the ears. Without me, no seeing, no hearing. The mind cannot conceive of me, the intellect cannot understand me. But because in my light, I, the awareness shining, the mind conceives and the intellect understands. I am awareness, the light of life of this universe. Whatever happens in space and in time, I am awareness before the happening, during the happening, and after the happening. I am unchanged like the mountain, aharyavat nitya vinishchalo aham, like the vast mountain, immovable. My awareness nature remains unaffected. Whatever happens in me, the vast space of awareness, whatever is revealed in me, the light of awareness, as awareness I am completely immovable, unchangeable. I shine through this body and mind, and as awareness I shine through all bodies and all minds and all senses. I am the one sentience, the one consciousness behind all sentient beings. With respect to me, the entire universe is non-dual. It's not a second reality apart from me. Hence, I have no limit. Like the ocean, I am limitless. Ambodhivat para vivarjito vaham. Like the vast ocean, even the ocean has limits, but I have no limits. I have no limits. Space, here and there, both arise in awareness. Time, past, present and future, arises in awareness. I have no limits in space or in time. Nothing and nobody is an other to me. The whole universe is my own. It's not a limit to me. The universe does not constitute an end to awareness. It is rather a manifestation in awareness. Like the ocean, I am limitless. Akashavat lepa viduragoham. Like the sky, spacious and untainted by what it contains. Adityavat bhasya vilakshano aham. Blazing like the sun, but yet distinct from what it illumines. I am awareness. Aharyavat nitya vinishchalo aham. Like the vast immovable mountain, my awareness nature remains the same from eternity to eternity. Ambodhivat para vivarjito aham. Ambodhivat para vivarjito aham. Like the vast ocean, limitless I am as awareness. Not limited by time, not limited by space, not limited by object. Eternal, all-pervading, non-dual. Awareness I am. Listen to the sounds in this hall. Appearing and disappearing in awareness. Very soon we will gently open our eyes, and when I invite us to open our eyes, we will continue in the same awareness. We will continue in the same awareness. What is here with eyes closed, listening to these pointers, that alone will continue with eyes open. We will chant together Om 3 times. Om. breathing normally, relaxed. When we are comfortable, we can gently open our eyes, look down at our laps first. Don't look up immediately. Only when you feel comfortable, you can gently open your eyes, looking down. As we look up, notice nothing has changed. I am the same awareness in which sounds appeared and disappeared. Just that now forms are also appearing in me, the same awareness. This body is also seen in the same awareness. Thoughts are also experienced in the same awareness. I am not awareness with a mind and a body. I am awareness and there is a mind, there is a body. Just like there are, when I hear sounds, relaxed and quiet, listening to sounds, I am not awareness plus a sound. I am awareness. Similarly, here I am awareness. This is very important to take this experience which we had in the meditation outside the meditation. That is realization. If someone says that, yeah, during meditation I just felt relaxed and calm. What happens when you go outside meditation? It's just opening the eyes. Same awareness continues. To sounds appearing and disappearing, now the sensation of the body appears. Now the world of forms appears. Now your own body and mind appears, starts working. Same awareness. Action is added. Thoughts and memory are added. But you are the same awareness. So this is what the disciple says, that Akashavadlepa viduragoham, like the vast sky, I am free of all taint. I considered myself a sinful person, this person with this backlog of karma and sins and all. No, it doesn't taint you. I consider myself affected by experiences. I am traumatized by this. I am horrified by that. It's a fact, Swami. But no. Adityavad bhasya vilakshanavaham. Just like the sun shining, these lights shining on the stage. The lights are not affected by what they shine on. Like the sun shining and revealing the world, I am that light which reveals the world. Not poetically, not rhetorically, just a fact. And the light is not affected by what it reveals. Similarly, you are not affected by karma. Even karma done with this body and the mind. Even if I feel the mind is traumatized, mind is horrified. Correct. Not denying a single thing. But you, the light, are not traumatized or horrified. It's just, remember the little sound arising in the calm awareness, in the calmness of meditation. And the sound playing around in awareness and disappearing back into awareness. That's all that the world is, including the body. It's not in principle any different from that little sound arising and disappearing back. Unchanged nature of awareness. Aharyavat. Nitya vilakshanoaham. Nitya vinishchaloaham. I'm immovable. Mountain is immovable. Similarly, my nature as awareness, as Satchidananda, is immovable. That means unchangeable. It's always there. And then, limitless. It's not that, when we hear a sound, we feel, there's a sound from outside which is coming into my awareness. No, that's not how you do that meditation. You think I am awareness in me, like an ocean, a wave arising in the ocean. a sound arose and then stayed for a while and disappeared back into me like the wave. At no point was the wave anything different from the ocean. At no point is that sound anything different from me, the awareness. At no point is any form, taste, touch, smell, any thought, any emotion, any idea, any desire, any pleasure, any pain, any waking, dreaming, sleeping, at all different from the underlying ocean of awareness, which I am. And that's true all the time. That's true all the time. You might say, but we forget it. I'll leave you to ask the questions. We forget it. Doesn't matter if you forget it. Since it's available all the time, you can always come back to it. And a good way of coming back to it is trouble. If I face trouble, unhappiness, pain, dissatisfaction, difficult people, you can immediately come back to your limitless awareness nature and relax. The sound arising, playing around, disappearing, it's me. Open your eyes, annoying person, it's me. Arising, I hope it disappears soon, the annoying person. But it's all within me, it's not at all different from me. So my reaction will not be, I will not react to it. So this is called experiential understanding. Let me do a peace chant and then we can take up questions. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. I know Chirag has recorded it, but I'll request the Vedanta Center not to put this online yet. This thing is, I'm doing it in Santa Barbara next week. So nobody has seen this yet, this particular thing. Why I want to do it there is because it's such a beautiful ashram. I urge you all who have not been. Have some of you been to Santa Barbara Vedanta Temple? Some of you? Only a few of you. Only a few of you, yes. I urge you to visit it. It's run by the nuns, sannyasinis, and it's one of the most extraordinarily beautiful and spiritually charged places which I have seen. If you go there, you will see in the backdrop there are mountains. And there's a vast, stunningly blue California sky above, with the sun blazing there, of course, and the Pacific Ocean rolling down in front of you. And the ashram itself is exquisitely beautiful. The temple is a work of art. It literally is, because there's this very well-known, the first major woman architect of the United States, Helen Luther Riggs. So she was a creative genius. I never saw her, but the nuns are there, they have seen her. They said that she said to Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, who was the founder of the Vedanta Society of Southern California, she said to him, I've never seen a church I liked. Then he said to her, all right, build one you like. Challenge. She said, are you serious? He said, yeah, build one for us. I'm giving you a blank check, do whatever you like. And that's what she built. That's what you build. But because it's made by such a famous architect, you can't touch it. Everything has to be preserved exactly the way it is, the way she imagined it. Everything, not just the temple. I mean, one of my favorite places there is the bookstore. If you go to the bookstore, it's a work in art in itself. It's just like a meditation chapel. You can just sit there, take a book in hand. What you see out, what you see inside, and the sense of stillness and depth in the bookstore. It's like that. One of the nuns who works in the bookstore, she said that one day I saw this gentleman quietly sitting and reading a book at the corner of the bookstore. And I said, aren't you Eckhart Tolle? And he said, yes. And she said, we have got your books, would you mind signing them? The people who buy them will be delighted. And he said, just like a quiet, good little schoolboy, he sat down and signed all of them. Didn't say a single word. Got some books and left. So it's an extraordinarily beautiful place. But the reason I want to do this there is, there the elements are very powerful. So you have the vast, spacious, untainted sky above, You have the blazing sun illumining everything bright, and then you have the boundless ocean in front and the immovable mountain at the back. So I think it's a beautiful setting to do this meditation there. Good. Now we will do the Q&A. The volunteers will be there. They'll come to these two aisles and make a queue. Please come here. Some will come here. I'll alternate between these two. Some can come on this side. Yeah. Please tell us your name and ask a question. Yes, tell us your name and ask the question. That's it. 3 here, 3, 4 here. That's it. No more. We can't hear you.
My name is Gavin Moore.
Yes.
And I'm from Dallas. With the kind permission, can I ask 2 questions?
Yes.
The first question is, you said this is one of the techniques of Nididhyasana.
Yes.
Today for the first time I understand what Nididhyasana is. Thank you very much. What are the other techniques and how do I go and find those?
There are many, many, many. I'll tell you a few and then I'll tell you a trick to all of that. For example, in the text called Aparoksha Anubhuti, there are 15 techniques. You go from verses 101 onwards, there are 15 techniques like this. Separate, different techniques, each using a different model. But you need a guide like what I did to take you through that. It's actually better if you have a voice telling you what to do. Otherwise, the conscious mind will keep on struggling and churning away. You need to relax the mind. Mind won't fully relax. You see, the body relaxes when you listen to the voice, the mind also relaxes. You need the body and mind to relax. So you can always record it yourself. Or if you have somebody else who can record it for you. So 15 techniques are there in Aparoksha Anubhuti of Shankaracharya. The Vivek Chudamani which I used, there are at least 30 such, they are verses of enlightenment. And each of them can serve as a model for your Nididhyasana. Then in Drigdrishya Viveka, there are 6 techniques. So there are countless techniques, but as you go through them, you will quickly begin to see it is all the same technique. It is a way of relaxing, being still, and then pointing towards the ever-present awareness. Sometimes it's awareness, access is through awareness. Sometimes access is through existence. In some way, a pointer will be given, and you follow that, just like what we did today. You see the structure. The structure was a kind of body relaxation. Body, breath, mind. Then attention is drawn to sound. Then we begin to understand sound is not something that's coming to us from outside, it is appearing and disappearing in awareness. Then we extend it to sight and taste and smell and touch, and all the time keep checking it's real, not theoretical. It must be experiential understanding. I like that phrase. It's not just understanding a lecture, which many people think Advaita Vedanta is. It's not just bare experience itself. Bare experience we always have, but that is not enlightening. It's not illumining. One must bring to bear the light of understanding on our experience. So experiential understanding. Then you will begin to see, once you get it, this will lead to a state of a sudden breakthrough. And you say, oh wow, it's here. It always is. I have always been this. And no effort is required to maintain it. Almost no effort is required to access it. Because it's always there. Depending on how much I've forgotten, how many layers of confusion I put on it, that much effort is necessary to dive through it. It's always available to you. And once you've seen it, Vivekananda says, these trick pictures, just looks like a bunch of pixels. But then if somebody tells you it's a face of Mona Lisa or it's a tiger in the woods, something like that, and you look and suddenly you see the woods and the tiger or Mona Lisa, whatever. Once you have seen the trick picture, you've understood the trick of it, you will never be fooled again. Vivekananda says, once you have seen it, you will never be fooled again. Here also, once you have actually found it, then you will notice you don't need these techniques. At a moment's notice, you can relax back into it. And then it will become, over time, if we practice these techniques in a prolonged way, stay with it, marinate in it, or as Vivekananda said, assimilate it, it will become our nature. It is our nature. We have just distorted it. Yeah.
Thank you. The second question I have, in your lectures that I have heard, you've talked about the power of mantra. You've talked about Diksha and getting the mantra from Guru. How does that enhance your Nididhyasana? Is that part of Nididhyasana?
No, it's not part of Nididhyasana, but it's very helpful. Very, very helpful. In spiritual life, broadly, these stages are there in our tradition. First, of course, we make up our mind that I am a spiritual seeker, I am a sadhaka. My goal is to realize God. Then we prepare the moral, ethical basis of spiritual life. Just plain and simple, we try to be a good person. And it will be a prolonged struggle. So the ethical struggle is a prolonged struggle. But we try to be a good person, a decent person, a moral person. Without that, no spirituality. Then, next comes making our action selfless. As much as possible, not being so self-oriented. Then comes cultivating the mind. It's all going from outward to inner and inner. Cultivating the mind. And there this mantra, japa, the Ishta Devata as the Guru has given. I'm giving you the structure in classical Advaita Vedanta. So, as far as the mantra and the Ishta Devata is concerned, which the Guru teaches you, they will not say that then you have to go to the Vedanta Nididhyasana after this. They will not say that. They will say that itself can take you to the highest. But anyway, from this, as you said, from the point of view of Nididhyasana, from the point of view of today's subject, non-duality, what role does mantra have to play? Mantra has to play that role at that level. After purification of karma comes purification of mind through mantra meditation. And that mind can easily do this Vedantic Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana. Remember, what we did today has a fair component of hearing and understanding also. Then only meditation. Yogic meditation, you don't need much theory. Main thing is to do it. The teacher will tell you how to sit, how to breathe, how to the posture and what you focus on. But here one needs understanding. Then only it will work. Answer to your question, look at the structure of the Vedas themselves. Karma, Upasana, Jnana. Threefold structure of the Veda. There are rituals, there are meditations, and there is the knowledge of non-duality, Advaita Vedanta, Upanishads. Exactly like that. The karma part of it includes ethical karma, selfless karma, cleaning up one's life and all of that. Then the meditation part of it includes mantra and japa and all of that. And then the jnana, knowledge part of it is what we were doing today. Yes.
Namaste Swami. My name is Ravi. In Nibbana Shatkam, Shankaracharya says, I am neither father nor mother nor yajna nor mantra. All those things I am sure. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the father, I am the mother, I am yajna or I am mantra. So those two seem to kind of contradict each other.
Yes.
How do we reconcile this?
Yes. Now everyone here can reconcile it. This is a good question. We heard the beautiful chant where Shankaracharya sings, Na mata na bandhu, na pita na mata, na me, what's that? So I am not the father or mother, I am not the guru, na guru naiva shishya. So it is true that pure impersonal awareness which I am, is it a father? Father of who? Father of what? It's not a father or a mother. Is it a child of somebody? Child of what? What else is there other than that awareness? Everything appears and disappears in that awareness. So I'm not a father or a mother or a guru or a shishya or anything like that. I'm awareness. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. And yet, you're a father or a mother. Who is a father or a mother? That same awareness with the mind and the body and in relation to the child, the father or the mother. In relation to the guru, I am the disciple. In relation to the disciple, I, the same awareness, am the guru. See, is there any guru without that consciousness, without that awareness? Is there any father, mother, any living sentient being without that awareness? Nobody. Without that, life itself is not possible. So you are the same awareness in all beings. Now, when Krishna says, he means something more than that. He means I am not just a human father or mother. I am the father, mother, everything of this universe, because he is speaking as Saguna Brahman, Ishwar or Bhagavan. So it is the same awareness with which that body and mind is that sentient being, with this body and mind is this sentient being, with all bodies and minds. In fact, the universe as its body is the God of Vedanta, Saguna Brahman. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's what Krishna is talking about. And yet, non-duality is all that's fine, all that's cool. But what I'm saying is your awareness. That awareness, Krishna is the same awareness you are. The same awareness every father, mother, every guru, every shishya is. And yet that awareness is neither you, nor Krishna, nor father, mother, guru, shishya, nobody. It's just awareness. That's the beauty of Advaita. This is a beautiful thing. This question, now we can reconcile it in not only theoretically, we know what it means. See, what was sung just a little while earlier, the 6 stanzas of Nirvana. If we followed this non-dual meditation today, we understood what was going on, we will understand the 6 stanzas of Nirvana perfectly, what Shankaracharya was saying. Just obvious, a matter of fact. Didn't I say that, didn't we notice this awareness I am, does it want anything? No. Apart from the world, apart from the body, apart from the memories, apart from the mind, what does it want? All wanting is suggestion of the mind in relation to body and the world. But without that, nothing. In itself doesn't want anything. And Shankaracharya sings, na dharmo, na chartho, na kamo, na moksha. I don't want pleasure, I don't want money, I don't want even good deeds. I don't even want spirituality and liberation. What spiritual liberation for the limitless awareness? You can understand the whole thing in our own experience. What Shankaracharya is singing. Yes.
Namaste Maharaj, my name is Papia.
Yes. Yes. Keep one and they're adjusting it there. Yes, it's clear.
Anyway, come to the question. So today, when I started in meditation, I was sitting straight. But eventually I felt that my body is not straight. Eventually it was going up, down in different side. But the question is it or why did it happen? I did meditation before as well, and same experience I had before. Like, no control on my backbone or my posture. So I felt like that.
I don't know why that would happen. Sometimes, there is a resistance to spirituality in the body-mind. Body, prana and mind. You'll notice, everything is fine. But the moment you have a deepening spiritual practice like this meditation which we did, immediately the body rebels with, there's a pain here, there's an ache here, there's an itch here, there's a cough that will not stop or a sneeze that has to come out. Why? It's not there now. When you're engaged with the world normally, it's fine. But when we ask it to turn back into awareness, no. Prana rebels. At that point, suddenly somebody feels sick. The mind rebels. The mind doesn't want it. So, it is the ego which rebels. It's death for the ego. What are you doing in this? You are stepping back into the awareness nature, making the ego also an object. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ego. This is intolerable for the ego. The ego does all its business having captured you, the awareness. Without that, the ego can't live. So, sometimes there's a reaction. Doesn't matter. The principle of it is same, that I am awareness. Suppose the body is restless, body is moving this way, that way, it will not stay still. Okay, but it is appearing in awareness, just as various kinds of sounds appear. Did we notice when we were sitting quietly? Various kinds of sounds appeared. Some very distant sounds, some in this hall itself. Similarly, imagine that the body is also moving. I am awareness. I am not moving. I notice the moving body. That you can work with. I suggest if all the time when you try to meditate that happens, then try to work with a yoga teacher at the level of Hatha Yoga, who will
Sit on the floor.
sit on the floor, keep your eyes open. Try that for the time being until the body becomes steady. There are all kinds of problems. One gentleman told me, I can't meditate. You know why? He says he's so anxious. He says that when I close my eyes, I feel somebody's going to hit me. I'm so anxious, so I can't close my eyes. So it's such a terrible state to be in. All right, then keep your eyes half closed. You can always see if anybody's coming to hit you. Please.
Namaste Swamiji, my name is Asha. I think you already answered half my question asked by the other devotee. This is with respect to japa and nondual meditation. So I understood that part of it. But my question to japa would be, like if I have to pick up an apple, I have seen an apple, so I can imagine it and say apple, apple. But if I have to use a mantra, there are 1,000 iconographies of Lord Shiva or any mantra you're using. So which form should I be?
That's where mantra diksha is useful. So there is something called initiation into mantra, especially in our tradition, in the Ramakrishna Vivekananda tradition. The Guru initiates you into practice of a mantra. So it is called an Ishta mantra. And the particular form of the deity which you have to visualize, which deity in which form you have to visualize, how you will visualize, how much you will do, all these things you are trained in. And the Guru initiates you. So that's actually, the Guru gives you the mantra, that's mantra diksha, but also a transmission of spiritual power. So I think it's, if you ask me, if you are serious about spiritual life, at least in the Vedantic path, it's good to have mantra diksha. In the traditional scheme, the Vedas, they would recommend that you do some rituals, karma. They would recommend you do some Vedic upasana, which is the second part, and then finally you come to the Upanishads. What we have done is, we have put karma yoga there, and bhakti yoga, and raja yoga at the level of upasana, worship or meditation. I had a master when we were studying Vedanta. He was a great teacher of Advaita Vedanta, but he would continuously tell us, he was a big round man and his face would go ruddy. Don't jump, don't skip over upasana. Don't try to jump over meditation, God, deity, mantra, and go straight to I am awareness. You just fall asleep that way. Yeah. So, the mantra meditation by itself, on that path, if you read how, for example, Sharadananda Swami discusses it in the Great Master, that book, what you can expect in mantra meditation, it will take you to the highest realization itself. However, now we are talking in the paradigm of Advaita Vedanta. There also, the Ishta Devata and mantra are very foundational preparations. With them, this non-duality becomes easier. Without that, this becomes, sometimes people will say it's theoretical. Sometimes we'll say, I get it, but I can't hold on to it. Or everything is alright, but I don't get any benefit out of it. All of these are lack of preparation of the mind, which the mantra meditation takes care of. If anybody is interested in mantra diksha in this tradition, please contact the Vedanta Center of Austin. They can tell you, because Swami Sarvapriyanandaji comes here once in a while and he gives mantra diksha. Tell us your name and ask the question.
So I'm Bharavata. So I meet many people who are listening to your lectures or like following Getting Up App by Sam Harris or other non-dual teacher. And they are able to recognize the non-dual nature of the experience. So they have the similar question, so all of them have. So I will define non-dual breakthrough in like 3 steps. One is to see that physical space is appearing in the mental space and there is no boundary of inside outside. Ultimately it's in one condition. in which everything is appearing.
Mm.
Second thing is that if we search for where am I in what is appearing, we don't find that we are at the center of the experience looking at the experience. Neither we are at the edge of the experience. We don't find ourselves there. And third thing is what if we have to make any claim that who am I? And the claims we can make is that we are a totality of the experience. Just like a awakened mind is like totality of the dream, or the screen is the totality of the movie objects. So the question is that
don't forget the question. The third part will dispute that. If you say the screen is the totality of the movie, is it so? Suppose in the screen you see the Kurukshetra war. Pandavas are there, Kauravas are there, the elephants and horses and the soldiers are there. Big fight is going to take place. This is the movie. Now suppose one of the soldiers is removed from the movie. Will the screen become less?
It is the same background.
It is the background. It's not the totality. Suppose everything in the movie is removed. Will the screen become less?
The totality of the background.
Will totality of the background, there in the screen you can say, but in pure consciousness there is no totality. The moment you say totality, you will have a whole and part relationship, and that will lead to Vishishta Advaita. Advaita, there is no totality and no whole part relationship. There is only one awareness, in which total and part will appear and disappear. Now you ask a question.
So the question is like, what's next after this? Like, Sarah gives like three things. He says one thing is that obviously doing a meditation on Vipassana. Second thing is taking short pauses during the day, where you recognize whatever you are recognizing the non-dual nature, your non-dual nature. And third thing is like a psychological suffering. Use it as an alarm to recognize the non-dual nature.
Yes, very good. That's what I just said, that trouble is a good wake-up call. You can apply this. What I say is that erase the line between practice and life. That's the next thing to do. Not first, but next thing to do. When you have got a lot of clarity in your understanding, when your meditation is going well, then erase the line between practice and life. See, notice what we did quite subtly there. When we opened our eyes, the suggestion was nothing new is going to happen. It's not that meditation has ended, now life will begin. No, it's the same thing. It blends into life. You are the same awareness. When in absolute quiet silence, only a sound was appearing and disappearing. Now you're the same awareness. Nothing has changed at all. Nothing ever does change from that perspective. So do that. Yeah, what he says is wonderful.
So they just say that nothing happens. So nothing new happens. So
if you want new things to happen, there are many wonderful ways to do it. Practice yogic samadhis and ecstasies and tantric techniques. Many new things will happen. But notice all of that will happen on the background of that one awareness which you are. If you see God also as something you are seeing, it will come to that one awareness. Nisargadatta Maharaj was once asked, have you had these extraordinary samadhis? He said, some he had, but he said, no, but what I have got is far greater than all of them. And not that those samadhis are worthless, they are very valuable. If I want them, I can get them. But what I have, I don't need anything more than this. Every experience will reveal to you that you are the limitless Brahman. Pratibodha viditam matam, amritatvam hivindati. Now this question, nothing more is happening. Who is asking this? Is awareness asking this or a mind? Clearly mind. The mind wants one more thing. What next? What next? That's the awareness. You are not the mind. It's not your question. Relax back into your awareness nature and notice the mind will also become quiet. It's a naughty kid. When you recognize what it's doing, so you must separate it completely from yourself. Then it will lose its power and its hold. Then what next? It's not satisfactory. What happened? What did you get out of all of this? It's not satisfactory. Mind is asking that. When you see it, it's an object out there asking these questions. Then you will see the hold of those questions on you also will be gone. You are not it. Tell us your name and ask the question.
Hello. Swamiji, my name is Ram. I have been following your videos for a long time, especially beginning of the day. I watch your videos for 1 hour at least. And it does give me a reality check how Maya influences you and all that stuff. But later part of the day, while day progresses, I start my thinking about like opportunities, passion about like new opportunities, investments, or how do I reach out to this, provide new services to people and all that stuff. But once I get back again, early morning, I do get the reality check. Now I see it as like, do I really need to do all that, or whatever I get later part of the day, the thoughts what I get? Why can't I just don't do it, still be in the path to realization?
Right. You find a tension between these two, and honestly there is a tension, and it's not a bad thing. Notice Arjuna wanted to give up the battle. Krishna would not let him. Here is Vedanta. Hold on to it, but fight the battle of life. So, investments, what services to provide to people? Good. But that covers up my Vedantic thinking. Good. Let it fade into the background. Keep on doing both. One of our great Swamis, when he was people, there's this slogan, work is worship. He said, slow down. First, work and worship. Second, work as worship. And finally, work is worship. So at one time, we need to give solid effort and time to our spiritual practice. Whatever your tradition, whatever spiritual practice, block out time and put, so that time you're giving, this is good. And then go on with the rest of your life. If you don't do that, you'll find your life will become so troublesome that this one also will not be possible. So both should go on. I remember, in a different way, the first time I went off to the Himalayas, I ran away from home to become a monk in an ashram. Then I ran away from the ashram to the Himalayas to become more monk-like, monk plus. I don't know monk plus or monkey, but I ran away there. And it was wonderful for me. Hours and hours of meditation and my own Vedantic studies, nobody to disturb me, stunning scenery, simple food, nothing, no need to do anything else. Just your spiritual practices. And if you don't want to do anything and be a lazy monk, you can be that also. No worries. I thought this is wonderful, this is very nice. Why didn't I come here first? Why did I go to the ashram, spend 10 years in training? Then I realized, those 10 years in training that's giving me the result now. Contrast, I found this young man. He had run away from the Himalayas are full of runaways. So he had run away from some non-profit NGO. He had some fight with them. There were some politics going on and all that. He was unhappy. Some kind of frustration was there. He came. I just stay in the mountains and I will meditate and pray and live like a monk. He used to stay in a cave. And then he came and told me once. He got talking and he liked me, so he divulged his heart to me and he said, "Kuch अच्छा नहीं लगता स्वामी जी, सच बताएं." So, see, this is the disastrous thing. What he says is, I don't like it here. You might think it's wonderful, but after some time, after a week, after a month, it is just rocks and ice and howling winds and stunning loneliness and very simple, I won't say poor food. Now the food is all right. They will give food to you. You can get that. But then what? Unless some inner stuff is there, unless this awareness which you have discovered, unless this is vivid and clear to you, where will you spend time? Where will you put your mind? Unless the mind is trained, you will feel loneliness. You will feel unhappy there. You feel bitter there. So, the initial training that work life gives, it's good. It's good that you have a job. It's good that you have families. And good that you're carrying on spiritual life. Yes, I admit, it's a tension. And that sometimes tension is a creative tension. Sometimes in the Ramakrishna order we think, Swami Vivekananda gave us this ideal, Atmano mokshartham jagathitayacha. For your own liberation, moksha, and for the welfare of the world. So you have Vedanta, you have worship, but you also have schools and college in India. and hospitals and lots of work. But isn't there a tension between the two? We as youngsters would always complain, we are not getting enough time for meditation, we are not getting enough time for Vedanta studies. But that tension is good. If it's not there, you'll suddenly find your spiritual life also falling apart. It's something to be experimented. You try it also sometime. Don't give up your job. Some people are drastic. Now I'm going to be a Jivan Mukta. Enough of the job. And also partially, that boss, I'll tell him off. I don't want your job. You go to XYZ. And then you run off to the Himalayas after some time. Kuch acha nahi lagta. I don't like it. Then where are you? So it's much better. Sri Ramakrishna says, once in a while, he says, Nirjane Bash. Once in a while, go into solitude. There are so many beautiful places, especially in this country also. There are retreat centers. Well, you'll be left alone. Retreat centers I would suggest because they have a spiritual atmosphere. There are wonderful resorts also where you'll be left alone, you can stay, but they don't have a spiritual atmosphere. But retreat centers have a spiritual atmosphere. Go away for 3 days, go away for a week, go away for 10 days. Very soon you will see that the initial impetus of practice and it slows down. So it's better to have that creative tension. Work and worship. Let it go on like this for a few years.
Thank you. Pranam Swamiji, I'm Ashwini Prabhu. I am the founder and CEO of a company called Bhuma. I shared this with you about 1.5 years ago on this very stage. In fact, now everybody, my voice and post-retirement, we all wear these t-shirts, Bhuma.
Bhuma, yes. Bhuma means the vast.
The vast is inspired by your hospital vast.
Yes.
And we also say limitless and fearless. So the thing is, when I introduced this concept of Bhuma in my company, it actually allowed us to elevate our game, to take more risk, to pursue more, innovate and so on and so forth. So my question is, what is the right framework to introduce this Advaita awareness and the concept in the youth so that they could actually elevate their game? And I listened to almost all of your talks, and you gave such wonderful talks on Kaizen and color flow. And in fact, one of your recent India trips, you talked about seeing the growth in India. This is what Vivekananda dreamed of, and so on and so forth. Sometimes people perceive it more of a continuation of the previous question, where people like Advaita and his awareness would make people passive, but rather this is
That's a good point.
So, what age should we ask them to master the outer game first and then introduce gradually the awareness, or how do we synchronize with
Yes, that's a good question. Remember, Advaita is the philosophy of oneness. It's not the philosophy of separateness. It teaches us this is one reality and you are that oneness. It's an amazing teaching. It makes you fearless in life. One sadhu, I have repeated this often, but perfectly put it this way. Monk, he says, Advait pratiti ko mitane ka naam nahi hai. Pratiti ko mitane ka naam Advait nahi hai. Wiping out the experience of the world is not non-duality. That is yoga. You sit in meditation and don't want to see. Advaita is with eyes closed and eyes open as we see. Advaita aapko vyavahar mein nirbad banata hai. Advaita makes you fearless, limitless in life, in transactional life. Makes you fulfilled, happy, and limitless and free. You're fine in the midst of life and all challenges. So this is a beautiful philosophy to base your life on. I don't find anything that transcends it really. It's amazing. And Vivekananda says, teach it to children for they can understand. But you have to teach it that way, not through logic and that can come later, through stories. There are movies. Somebody said there's a lot of Vedanta in Lion King and what else? I saw the Lion King in Broadway. So there are movies are being made. So anyway, the basic stories about oneness, about acceptance, about expansion, about being fearless, all these things. So We must devise these strategies. Now, is it wrong to use all of these for, say, as you said, upping your game? Two things for us to remember. One is, Vedanta is not for upping your game. Vedanta is what is called Moksha Shastra. It is a Shastra for liberation. However, because it teaches oneness, its implications are everywhere in life. From a Vedantic perspective, what is corporate life? What is education? What is rearing a child, taking care of a family? What does Vedanta have to say about this? Because Vedanta has something to say about it. That's why Vivekananda applied it in diverse fields. In nation building, in education, in science, in art. So it's not a wrong endeavor. Remember, the original purpose is moksha, liberation, self-liberation and freedom, but also living life. I know I haven't given a detailed answer, really haven't thought about it, but you are in the field. The Bhuma has to think it through and develop protocols and see what works. Thank you so much. And this is a wonderful endeavor. Bhuma, the word Bhuma means vast, limitless. And Chandogya Upanishad, Yo vai Bhuma tat sukham, nalpe sukham asti. Upanishad says, that which is the vast, that alone is happiness. There is no happiness in the limited. The vast, and vast is of course is limitless consciousness which we are. Yes, last question.
Namaste, my name is Kim, and I heard the first ever and practiced the first ever non-dual meditation at the age of 18 when one of the Swamijis from Ramakrishna Math in Nagpur visited our college. Then looking 25 plus years later, as a mom, I'm surprised that the individual just before me was about to ask the same question that I had on my mind. So you partially answered it. But to me, doing that meditation at the age of 18 and then trying it now as a mom, the journey was very different today. And I just wanted to ask, raising kids here in the US, where individuality, your own experience, your own journey is something we emphasize, we want them to question. I love the Vedantic tradition and the way the Q&A is. In various Vedanta centers, what are some ways that we can introduce our teens to kind of explore their own journeys, own paths, but at the same time guide it as a parent or as a co-pathik?
Yes. I like the way you phrased the question. Remember, Vedanta forces us to expand. Vivekananda said expansion is life, contraction is death. It's a very Vedantic principle. This is such a this philosophy makes you vast, which means to include everything and not to exclude anything. So yes, Vedanta tells you are Indian and now you must embrace America. The ideals here, the highest aspirations, ideals. Vivekananda was so impressed by America. But he was impressed by the spirit behind it, what he saw. Maybe many Americans don't see it. But he saw this, there's a spiritual side to this nation. And that we need to embrace. Now for your children, if they are born here and they're growing up here, then they are American. Remember, I see a lot of Indian moms and dads trying to force. Suddenly they see the children growing up very American, not Indian at all. And then they do the absolutely wrong thing to try to force them to be Indian. They're not Indian. They're Americans with an Indian heritage. So that Indian heritage, you have a job to provide them. But we must become big enough to know that this is America, your kids are Americans with an Indian heritage. And that's wonderful. This is an expansion. Not collapsing back into a parochial, smaller identity. And here you have this philosophy, Vedanta, which enables, see how impersonal it is. This awareness, is it common just to India? Is it different in America? It's everywhere. It's the same thing. Here in India, in Mars, wherever you go with Elon Musk, you will be at home. Wherever you go, you are at home because that is awareness there. So I know there's no clear answer to what I said, but in principle, remember your children are Americans with an Indian heritage, and one part of your job is to provide that Indian heritage, the best parts of it, and embrace their lives as Americans. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.